This is X16.
Oh.
I know. Lucky Dan Marino. We are joined with a special guest, a good friend of ours, and someone we've been talking to for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
Chris, owner, CEO, COO, CFO of LiteAF Gear. Chris, thank you so much for talking to us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, Chris, thanks.
Thank you for having me on.
So you're in your studio, you're in your shop right now, right?
I am, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just curious, what's the mountain range behind you?
That's a good question. That is a poster that my son bought me off of Etsy. That's color to the shop.
Son was talking smack.
Yeah.
I think first thing I want to start off with is I want to talk about it. It's very cool. We love talking to people into gear, and especially people who make gear.
Yeah.
I want to hear about the genesis of LiteAF. How did this start? Because you've been going for what, 2-3 years now?
No, right at a year and a half.
Wow.
Okay.
Officially June of 2018.
Okay. So can you talk to us about how did you get this crazy idea in your head to start making your own backpacking gear and then selling it?
Yeah.
Sure. So I tend to go all in when I do something, no matter what it is. Cooking, is a huge hobby for me. Woodworking was a huge hobby for me.
You look like a woodworker.
Yeah, that beard.
Yeah. So basically, my wife and I, we've been hiking for 20 plus years. We've always been into hiking. And then my son was probably about 17 at the time, getting ready to graduate high school / going to college. And I just kind of figured that was a perfect time to through hike the Appalachian Trail. So this would have been 2018.
Okay.
2019 was the year I was planning to through hike the AT. So it would have been last year, with Frozen.
I was gonna say it would have been Frozen.
Yeah,
He would have loved that.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, if we're gonna hike the Appalachian Trail, let's go all out. I'm gonna buy us both top of the line, ultra kit. Did everything. Did the Z-Packs, arc blasts, did the enlightened equipment quilts, blah blah blah. The typical ultralight. I'm going to call it the YouTube kit.
Yeah, we've got the whole YouTube kit.
It is. And that's because of you guys, the YouTubers. But yeah, so, and then I kind of just said, you know what? I have a $40 sewing machine that I bought, years and years and years ago just to, do whatever with. I forget why I bought it, but I said, I'm going to buy some of this Dyneema composite fabric and just make a couple stuff sacks for us. Just because, I saw the price of a stuff sack and I was like, I can buy some fabric, make 5 stuff sacks for the price of, 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
So, so I set up a little work area in my kitchen and started.
That's where it started?
So, yeah, it started in my kitchen. So I sewed a couple stuff sacks, a couple zipper pouches. Then I was like, let me try a bear bag,
Yeah.
I made 2 bear bags. So now I had a whole bunch of pretty decent, not decent, pretty, usable gear, I'll say, for my wife and I. So now I was like, you know what? I want to make some more gear for us. So I actually moved into our attic. Just so
upgrade.
I didn't up after every sewing adventure. So I created a little workshop in our attic, and that's kind of where I started sewing heavily.
Yeah.
So then I ended up having a whole bunch of just extra gear that I didn't need. And we were up in the Poconos in Pennsylvania, and I was like, I don't even need half of this gear. I said, let's just, get rid of it, sell it. I said, let's create a little Etsy store and I'll just get rid of half the stuff that we don't need.
Okay.
I sewed, 20 stuff sacks. We need what, two?
Yeah.
So, right. So that's kind of when LiteAF was created. So we were creating an Etsy store, and my wife's like, "Well, what are you gonna name the store?" And I was like, "I don't know." I was like,
This is my next question, how we got here to this name. But
Yeah.
Sure. So at that time, um, AF was super trendy.
Yes.
Still is.
Still is. Didn't go anywhere.
It's not as trendy as it was then. Though. It was like at the peak then. And I was like, well, it's an ultralight gear company. I said, let's just call it LiteAF. I said, let's spell it LITE and put the AF, capital A, capital F, all as one word. Right then and there, I was like, I want a feather as a logo, in the logo.
Yeah.
I just had it in my head. Not the logo that we currently have, but something similar. Just like envisioned it right then and there. So yeah, we created a little Etsy store, through the stuff sacks, some zipper pouches. I was even experimenting with some light skin fabric. I had some zipper pouches made out of light skin, put all that on there. And yeah, it sold like immediately.
Really?
Like
Really?
everything sold out. I was like, well, that's strange.
yeah.
So did you find out like word got out somewhere and somebody on like
Did you advertise
Reddit
it
or
all
something
anything?
like that?
Oh, no. I did. I had Instagram.
Okay.
This was kind of after. So after I sold, I don't know, 10 stuff sacks, maybe 5 zipper
Yeah.
pouches, something like that. I decided to buy some more material. And this is actually when Z-Packs was selling material.
Oh, okay.
I remember that, but a year and a half ago, 2 years, this is probably 2 years ago from right around now.
Okay.
Like they would sell raw material in yardage. So I was buying it from them. And it was actually right then after I bought my last bit from them, they stopped selling
Oh,
material.
so they don't do that anymore? I didn't know that.
No,
I remember
they
when they
don't.
used to
They
sell
don't.
like
Stopped
by
it
yardage.
2
Yeah.
years ago, yeah. So it was like right now, 2 years ago is when they stopped selling material, which is kind of weird that they did sell material.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well they
But
found
yeah,
out they
I
were
buy it from C-Packs.
yeah.
They were supplying their competition.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. But yeah, I was buying the clips from them, the tape, everything basically.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, and then just selling it, and then so I did that maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 times maybe. And I was like, you know what, we really do kind of have something here. And that's when I went on and swiped up LiteAF everything. LiteAF,
Oh, nice.
Instagram, Facebook,
Nice.
Reddit,
Wow.
Nice.
YouTube, everything you could think of.
Yeah. That's smart.
Gmail. Actually, LiteAF on Instagram is I'm LiteAF Gear because LiteAF was actually taken.
We weren't fast
It's
enough.
one picture of a hamster. That's
Oh,
the full account. One picture of a hamster. I actually reached out to them and asked them, like to see how I could go about getting it. And they never responded. I was like, damn. So that's why we're
That's
LiteAF
hilarious.
_ Gear because LiteAF is taken.
That's awesome. So
Yeah.
That's funny.
how long did it go before you made the jump to like bigger gear, like packs and stuff?
Okay, so the packs, it was never my intention to get into packs.
Really?
No.
You
It
make
wasn't.
pretty good packs for a guy who didn't ever want to get into making packs.
That's crazy. So at that time, even to about not a year ago, but whenever, but before I officially launched LiteAF, I was still going through like the AT, like that was still in my mind.
Yeah.
Right.
So I guess it was probably about March, April of last year. That's when, or 2018. That's when I decided to build a shop inside of our garage. So I cornered off the back corner of our garage, built walls, did electrical, put lighting in, put a little heating and air conditioning
Okay.
system. It's 10 by 16. So that was
It's like a moving truck.
that. Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. 160 square feet. And that's when I started getting into the industrial sewing machines. So I said, if this is going to be something I'm going to sell to the public,
Yeah.
I want it to be right. You know what
Right.
I mean? I don't
Right.
want to I don't want to be selling gear sewn on a $40 Singer sewing
Yeah.
machine with thread that has been in the machine for 15 years.
Yeah.
It's kind of like right around maybe April, May of 2018, I started doing all the research and machines, um, industrial sewing machines, threads, tapes, all kinds of crazy stuff. Like I said, when I jump into something, I jump, you know, head
How did
first.
you learn about this
Yeah.
stuff?
How did you know like what sewing machines to buy? You're just Googling it?
No, so there's nothing out there. There's nothing. You can't Google what sewing machine should I use to sew, dynamic
Mm.
composite fabric. There's nothing out there. So really, I just talked to a bunch of other cottage vendors, mainly Tom, the owner of Adams Backs.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Super friendly with Tom, and he started, I don't know, maybe a year before we did. And he was like my go-to, like, hey man, like what kind of sewing machine do
Okay.
you use?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I use a walking foot sewing machine. So there I was like, all right, cool. Now I know what type
Yeah.
of sewing machine I need. Now I can figure out where to get that. So that's kind of, just talking to other cottage vendors. We're all actually very friendly with each other. It's pretty cool.
That's
That's
very
awesome.
It is.
cool.
It's really cool to talk to, the guys over at Superior Wilderness
Yeah.
Designs and, all the smaller cottage
That's
vendors.
very
We're all
cool.
very friendly, which is really, really cool. Um, so yeah, so then I bought my first Juki.
I say that's
Um,
the brand I always
Everybody
see.
always posts pictures of
yeah,
Jukies.
Yeah.
it's the brand that you would use in an industrial setting, something that's going to run 8 hours a day. So yeah, so Juki is definitely top of the line um, equipment. Uh, Highly recommended. It's awesome. So I bought a machine, built my shop, moved everything into the shop, um, and then started sewing stuff sacks, bear bags, zipper pouches. Like that was my initial launch of LiteAF was
Yeah.
really a bear bag.
Yeah.
That's kind of like what put me on the map. Um, and just little items like that. Um, oh, I think you asked me when I built my first backpack. So I built my first backpack probably maybe 4 months before I launched LiteAF, so maybe
Oh,
like
okay.
January, February, something like that.
And I imagine you built that with the intention of like I'm just gonna make
Like build
myself
your own
I'm
stuff.
gonna make myself
Yeah,
a nice
built my own
backpack.
Yeah.
backpack. Basically, I was frustrated. Nothing against Z-Packs. I just can't reach the water bottle pocket
Yeah.
of my Z-Packs backpack. I couldn't reach it. It was super frustrating for me to be hiking and have to stop and ask my wife, who's right behind me, say, "Hey, grab my water bottle for me." You know what I mean? It was just that was the factor that I was like, if I'm designing a backpack, I'm gonna design something where I can reach the water bottle
Yeah.
pocket.
So that was the
I don't know if
impetus.
I don't know if it's normal or how many people have that
I can't
problem.
get to them either.
So
It's very difficult. You
it's
gotta like.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can, but it's uncomfortable. But
Yeah,
that's been every pack like that for me. Like just reaching back
sure,
there is just uncomfortable.
sure. Yeah, so I built one backpack. I actually have it. I'll show you guys later. It's made out of X-Pax material.
Oh,
It's really tiny. It's maybe 30 liters total. No foam in the shoulder strap. It's horrible. But I actually carried it, hiked with it a bunch. Um, yeah, so that was like my first initial backpack.
Do you have the first pack like framed up in the shop somewhere?
It's not framed. It's in the shop. I have all my prototype backpacks, every single one of them.
That's
I
sweet.
actually have all my prototype gear. It's pretty awesome.
That's
It's
awesome.
kind of like I just want everything. You know what I mean? I want to have all those things to be
Yeah,
able to
yeah,
see
yeah.
this first, this is my second, this is my third. Third was like, okay, it's pretty good. Let me
Yeah.
make one for my wife. Made her one, and then made another one, another one. And I was like, wow, it's kind of fun. Still did not want to sell backpacks.
Yeah.
Still had through hiking the Appalachian Trail on my mind.
So yeah, so what was the thought process then of like, okay, like now, maybe I will give this a shot on packs, because in my opinion, I feel like your packs are probably your most popular thing right now, but you can prove me wrong on that, I'm sure.
Oh, definitely, definitely. They're definitely popular. No, so like I said, so in June 2018, we launched LiteAF. Still no intentions of, you know, making packs, just keeping it small. I wanted to create a huge inventory of bear bags and stuff sacks,
Yeah.
something that could supplement us while we hiked.
Oh,
Basically,
okay.
I mean, my son could run, after school or whatever, process the
And
orders, take
ship
them to
them,
the.
yeah.
This
Oh,
is when we're doing 10 orders a day. No, 10 orders a week, probably. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Yeah, nothing,
Yeah.
This is perfect, that's a little bit of income, could,
yeah,
sustain us while we're on the trail.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
that's a good idea.
Yeah, so that was June. And then probably July, it started picking up a little bit more. Um, by the middle, now I'm still obviously working a full-time job,
Right.
sewing at night, sewing on the weekends,
Jeez.
Damn.
we're doing 10 bear bags at a time. I sew them, my son would tape them, Um, and then middle of August 2018, it blew up. We
Really?
started
That was
getting,
the point?
that was the point. Basically August 2018, so 2 months after launch, it blew up, and we started getting orders almost nonstop, not nonstop, but 10 to 15 a day, from
Oh,
Wow.
10 to
wow.
15 a week,
Yeah.
so it like quadrupled overnight. Um, and really, I think it was Reddit. Reddit Ultralight R dash or
Yeah, yeah,
R
yeah.
like is a humongous pusher.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
huge. And when you're a little name like I was back then, you could see it. Like all of a sudden, you'd get 15 orders in 5 hours, and
Wow.
instantly I would jump on Reddit, and there would be a little, oh, I used LiteAF airbag. It's
Yeah.
awesome. Blah blah blah. Flat bottom. Blah blah blah. Um, So like then you could see it, like, oh, someone just did a review, so I would jump on, whatever. Nobody did anything on YouTube yet.
Yeah.
Um, I think actually our first YouTube reviews were Devin
Yeah.
Yeah.
from Backcountry and Restless.
Yeah.
Yeah. Restless was with you
Same
from the
day
beginning.
they both
Yeah.
came out. It was totally not planned that way at all. It just happened that way.
Yeah.
And then yeah, so let's see. So that was August. I think Restless and Devin did their videos like mid-August, something like that. And yeah, in the middle of August, I couldn't keep up anymore with the orders. So I was like, I'm quitting my job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just quitting my
What was
job.
your day job, if you don't mind sharing?
Sure, sure, sure. So I was a project manager for a company that does super, super high-end custom refrigeration and millwork. So
Okay.
like if you're ever in like a casino and in like a buffet in a casino, and they have like a crazy like curving countertops
Yeah.
with like refrigerators
Yeah.
integrated, that's what we built.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was a project manager for them. It's a local company. There's actually only two of them in the country, but they did everything from casinos to multi-million-dollar wine cabinets in the Lexus
Okay.
headquarters in Manhattan. We did a ton of work in Manhattan. I was in the city probably 3 to 4 times a week.
Wow.
Crazy. It's horrible. It's horrible. Getting into the city and out of the
Yeah.
city. It's horrible. Yeah, so I was ready to quit. Um,
Was that
uh,
scary for you?
I'm sorry?
Was that scary to like quit a full-time job to like pursue your passion?
Yeah.
It wasn't. I don't know why. It
Nice.
probably should have been.
No, hey man.
No, it really wasn't. It was like I was like so happy to tell them that I quit. And my boss even said, really, you can't quit. I was like, no, like in 2 weeks, I'm gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what if it doesn't work? I said, what if it does work? I
Yeah.
said, if I don't quit right now, I'm not going to quit, and I'm going to stay here. I said, and I'll never know if it would have
Right.
worked or is
Right.
going to work. I said, so right now in 2 weeks, I'm gone and I'm never coming back, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was the middle of August 2018.
Well,
Went full time.
would they have given you like a leave of absence for the AT at the time? Like, were you going to quit then?
That's a good question.
No, they had no idea.
Okay.
That would have been like, hey, I'm quitting in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
To go walk to, from Georgia to
Yeah.
Maine, and they would have been like, what? You're crazy. Yeah. No, we had everything in an Excel sheet. My wife and I, like, monthly expenses.
Yeah.
We have to save up this month, blah, blah, blah. This is what we have to do. We had the whole thing, it was definitely going to go down. And we were, hiking every single weekend, shakedown hikes in the winter
Yeah.
and the summer, carrying every hike we did, no matter where we were hiking, full backpacks, water, trekking poles, the whole deal. We were definitely ready and going for it. And I was still, even August, quitting my job, going full-time LiteAF, I was still in the back of my mind through hiking the AT in 2019, still doing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I appreciate the irony that the one thing stopping you from through hiking the IT is your passion for backpacking. In a way.
that is ironic.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's interesting.
It's like, if you couldn't just stop making sweet gear, then I would be able to use the gear on a hike or something.
Yeah. Yeah. So the first backpack, I had a guy, actually a local guy, hit me up on Reddit. He said, hey, I saw, so in Reddit, you're not allowed to promote yourself if you're a business, but you're allowed one time in the beginning. It's just called like a new business announcement or something.
Yeah.
So you're allowed to do it one time on Reddit. And I guess this local, I'm going to call him a kid just because he's probably 10 years younger than me, local kid, ultralighter. He's like, look, man, he's like, I have a pack that I want that isn't available anywhere. He said, it's a mixture of this pack and this pack and this pack made of these materials. Can you make it for me? And I was like, dude, I've never even, thought about making a pack for somebody else. But yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
So he gave me a list. It was 5-ounce Dyneema. It's on my Instagram. It's the first pack I ever posted, I think. Maybe not the first pack, but it's black. And it's 5-ounce Dyneema. It had a bottom pocket, 25 liters maybe.
Okay.
No shoulder strap pockets, just because I had no idea how to do that at the time. So it's basically just a real simple basic soup. He's like, it has to have super padded shoulder straps. He's like, nobody does that.
Yeah.
I said, oh, I can do that. So yeah, I built that pack for him. And he loved it. He loved the pack. And, I just kind of like backpacks, used basically what I taught myself from the previous backpacks that I made for myself, made it for him, blah, blah, blah. And then I had another gentleman named Steve, still a customer to this day. I've made him 5 packs.
Oh my God, Steve.
Yeah.
Good job, Steve.
Nice, Steve. You might have a problem.
Steve is awesome. If you ever see a pack on my Instagram that has like really crazy off the wall custom options, like
That's Steve.
The packs with the zippered pocket on the shoulder strap. Have you ever seen that?
No. That's cool.
Yeah. So he carries his GPS in it.
Okay.
So little zipper. It's all integrated into the shoulder strap. Do not ask for it because you won't get it.
It was a pain to make.
Only Steve gets those.
That's funny.
He was the second pack, 40-liter. He said he was going on, I forget, it was a 10-day trip. He wasn't going to be able to resupply. He was going to be carrying 40 pounds at the beginning. He didn't want a hip belt. I told him he was crazy.
Yeah.
But he wanted it. So same thing. It was a 5-ounce Dyneema, 40-liter bag. I don't know. I think he maybe had a bottom pocket. And yeah, he loved it. And then my third pack was a guy named Jimbo, from Pennsylvania. He again, like when you're first starting out, you get a lot of people that have these like crazy ideas that nobody else will make these packs.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the people that are first starting out, like me, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I want to keep learning how to make backpacks.
Yeah.
This is perfect for us. You know what I mean? Perfect for me, to learn and, you know, do crazy off the wall stuff that these people are asking for. So, you know, that's a great place to be in at that time. Yeah, so I made his pack, and then I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 other packs, and that's when I reached out to Restless and said, "Hey, you know, thanks for the review." This is when he just posted Ohio YouTuber meetup,
Yeah.
Beacon State Park, blah blah blah. I said, "Would it be cool if I came up there and, you know, kind of hung out with you guys and maybe showed off some packs?" And he
Yeah.
was like, "Holy crap, heck yeah!"
Yeah.
This is when we met you in
Absolutely.
person too. I remember that.
What's that?
That's when we first met you.
Yeah.
In person.
And we had bought
Yep.
some zippered pouches.
Yeah.
and
I remember
and
walking
stuff
down to
at-
Mohican and meeting you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, so that's when I met you guys, obviously Frozen,
Yeah.
all the Ohio YouTubers. So yeah, so I reached out to Frozen, and I just, you know, it was a shot in the dark.
Yeah.
I've never been comfortable reaching out to people to try and kind of like push gear. Like,
Yeah.
that's not me. That's not who I am. I mean, now I will. I don't care. But at that point,
You got over
I
that
was
fast.
yeah. At that, you know, then I was, you know, just known because I went to an Ohio YouTuber meetup. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's the only reason people knew who we were. But yeah, so I reached out to Frozen. This is after the meetup. So I reached out to Frozen, and I just said, "Hey," I said, "I'd love to build you a pack to just try out on the AT. Excuse me, just out on your through hike. I'm not asking you to through hike with the pack. I'm just asking you to hike with it a little bit and just give me some feedback."
Yeah.
And he messaged me back and he was like, "Holy crap. Yeah, I'm totally in. That's awesome." And this is after I built Adam's pack.
Yeah.
Or Restless's pack.
Okay.
So actually I built maybe like 1 or 2 other packs after people were like hearing about us.
Yeah.
So
You guys and through the Ohio guys.
So this is interesting too, because I thought that at this time, like, you were producing packs, selling them on a regular basis, but you were still kind of prototyping and like working out the
Still
kinks.
prototyping.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't know that.
Wow.
Still prototyping. I prototyped for probably a solid 8 months.
See, that's awesome.
That's sweet.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I had 2 way previous from the Ohio thing. I had a husband and wife. Their names are the Graduate and T-Rex.
Okay.
They were in the middle of the CDT southbound, dead in the middle of a Calendar Triple Crown.
Oh,
I didn't
wow.
know what a Calendar Triple Crown was at this time. He emailed
Jeez.
me and said, "Hey, I'm looking for a couple packs for me and my wife." And this was after I made maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 packs. And he's like, "This is what I want. I want 1 in blue, 1 in black, exact same size, exact same thing, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, I was blown away. I was like, this dude is in the middle of hiking 10,000 miles in 1 year.
Yeah.
God.
Just reached out. You know, they were wearing, you know, I think they had Palante packs, they had Hyperlight gear, they had Z packs, they had everything. They had all, like, I went through their Instagram and I was like, oh, these guys are wearing big name packs. I was like, why in the world are they reaching out to me? So I was like, yeah, absolutely, I'll do it. So I made them 2 packs, flew them out to, so funny, flew them out to, where were they? They were in Colorado, coming southbound on a CDT, flew them out there. I'm driving, I was still working my daytime when this happened, my real job. I was driving to work and it clicked in my head. I said, I didn't seam tape those backpacks. Oh my God. I'm like, that's a huge fail. I'm like, oh my God. So I jump on my phone, email Michael, his name's Michael. I emailed Michael. I said, holy crap. I said, your packs are going to be there in 2 days. They're not seam taped, because I was so in the zone of putting the pictures on Instagram.
Yeah.
So I flipped the backpacks after I made them all, put them on my table, took the pictures, and then just hung them up. And then I was like, all right, today's the day. I got to ship them. I have to have them there by Friday, but sent them without
Oh my
seam tape.
God.
He's like, hey, it's not a huge deal. So I emailed him back. I said, you're right, it's not a big deal. I said, but the tape will be there in a box. I bought a thing of scissors.
Oh, and sent it out there.
Nice.
Sent another package like next day, aired it, so it was there before they did. And I wrote down all these instructions, like, flip the packs inside out. I said, seam tape this. So, make a long story short, they actually had a great time seam taping their own packs.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So bad. I felt so bad. Like, I was like, almost brought the tears. I felt so bad. And,
That's a shitty realization driving to work.
That's hilarious.
Oh,
it was on a calendar year triple crown. It's like, they don't need seam tape.
yeah. It just hit me like that too. Like, I didn't seam tape this back. Yeah. Luckily, that's the only time that's ever happened. But so they wore them from Colorado. They finished the CDT with them, and in between, hiking, we communicated weekly. And I said, well, what do you think about the packs? He's like, they're great. You have to do this, 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 and this. And I said, that's so crazy. I said, I'm in the middle of prototyping a brand new pack right now. This is when the Curve was being created. I said, it actually has everything you just said. The first packs I made they were just straight up.
Yeah.
So it was the same dimension from the top to bottom. And he's like, it's so frustrating trying to get stuff in there. I was like, our new packs are going to go out 4 inches wider. So all my packs now do it, but they taper at the top just to allow you to stuff them a lot easier. So it was that. A couple of, I don't remember exactly what the specifics were, but so I made them 2 more packs and flew them so they went AT south. They started October 31st, super late. Like Katahdin's closing.
Oh
That's
my
when they started
gosh.
the AT.
They started in Maine in October?
The end of October.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
The end of October. So made 2 new packs, completely upgraded them to pretty much what my standard is now, minus a couple different things. But flew them to Maine. They got them full winter Sobo through hike with them, no complaints. And that's when the Curve was created. And that's kind of when I reached out to Frozen, gave Frozen, I said, what does he want, blah, blah, blah. And so that's how Frozen got his pack.
Nice.
So I know we kind of talked a little
Well,
bit.
hold on. Let me ask you a question though.
Sure.
From the first Ohio YouTube meetup when you showed up and then everybody did videos and stuff, did you see a boost in business or a boost
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
good.
Nice, good.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
good.
We hold the Ohio YouTubers hold some weight in the community.
Yeah, not so much from Restless.
That's to be expected. You probably lose business from him.
Yeah. No, I'm totally kidding. But yeah, definitely. And even like back then, like I said earlier, like when you're small still, when there's a YouTube review comes out, because like you get this huge spike in sales.
Yeah.
It's really cool. So definitely I owe a lot of our success to the Ohio YouTubers.
No, you're a fun guy. We love having you at our meetups.
Yeah, no, and
No, for real.
Yeah, and I think it's just awesome, like being able to like know who you are and
Sure.
like personally use your gear, and then the gear is just awesome as well. So
Yeah, I want to talk about tarps.
well, hold on.
Talk about tarps?
We'll talk about tarps in a second, but like I do have a question, and I kind of brought it up, like. So when you started out, you're doing like stuff sacks and zippered pouches, and now you're doing packs. Like, what currently is like your bread and butter, your money maker, like paying the bills?
None of it.
Okay.
Yeah, none of it. Dynamic composite fabric is so expensive.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to say it's not paying the bills. Obviously, you know, it's my only job, so
Yeah.
Right.
it obviously pays the bills. Um, but yeah, you're not going to get rich
So,
doing what we
oh,
do.
yeah, sorry. Let me reword I think I worded my question wrong. Sorry. What are your most like popular products that like you can,
Popular.
yeah, that you
Yeah.
can count on, like that people are, they, keeps the lights on type of thing.
Bear bag kits.
Bear bag kits. Okay.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Lots
Awesome.
and lots of bear bag kits.
That's sweet.
Yeah, the flat bottom bear bag kit.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's,
That's
I
not
mean, like I said,
surprising,
that's
though.
what put us on the map.
Yeah.
Definitely was the flat bottom bear bag
Yeah.
kit.
Yeah.
Just that little goofy change, you know, that no one was doing at the time.
Yeah. Makes
Yeah.
total sense.
Yeah, and you know what? And
does.
the thing too I like about your bear bags too is that like when you started offering the smaller bear bag, like for 90% of the backpacking community, that's weekend warriors
Sure.
and like
Yeah.
3 to 4 nights at max.
Sure.
So like we don't need
Shout out
like
Bruce.
You can and you can
Bryce,
fit more
sorry,
than 3 to 4 nights in that
Shout
bag.
out to Bryce. That was his idea.
we're not
That's-
shouting out
yeah,
Bryce.
Yeah. We've given
Alright,
Bryce enough
Bryce has
shout
gotten
outs.
too many shout outs.
Yeah.
Edit that out.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Right.
No, but Bryce is right.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
great
no,
idea.
it is a good idea.
Yeah.
It's an obvious like design that's not surprising that people would like.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, you
makes
don't-
total sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Can we talk about tarps now?
Yeah. So so walk us through how you like your mindset and your process of how you decided to get into the tarp game.
Really just wanted to expand our, inventory, if you
Yeah.
will, or,
Yeah.
what we do. I'm always thinking of, my brain never stops. I'm always thinking of what else can I do.
Right.
But the funny thing is, I know nothing about hammocks. I know nothing about hammock tarps. So that's why I kind of reached out to, you guys and to Frozen. And I just said, hey, I want to get into the hammock tarp game. Let's design something that's
Yeah.
a little bit different. What do you like? What do you don't like? This, that, and the other. And yeah, so
And-
Frozen and I.
How long did you take? I know it was wild prototyping that thing.
Sure. I started he was back from the AT. So maybe in July or August of this year, this summer, is when I started drawing things out on paper and just kind of getting it into my mind on how to build one of these tarps. Doing a ton of Googling, seeing what's out there, Googling the other companies, seeing what they do, sizes, and that's kind of where I started. And the first one, it was probably August. I made two of them. I made an 11-foot with doors and a 12-foot with doors. I sent Frozen the 11-foot with doors, and immediately he set it up. He said, this isn't going to work. Took a bunch of pictures, did some measuring. He said, take 6 inches off of here, take 8 inches off of here, and let's go again. So he shipped it back, laid it out on my table again, took some measurements, trimmed it here, changed it here, re-sewed everything, sent it back. He said, that's good. He said, let's try angling the tie outs. He's like, nobody does that.
Yeah.
But nobody does that in Dyneema. They do it in like Sil Nylon, Sil Pot, or all those other types of tarps. There is a couple companies that angle the tie outs. I said, yeah, when he said it, I was like, yeah, why wouldn't you angle the tie outs?
Right.
I mean, that's great. You always pull your tie outs at an angle.
Yeah.
Why would you sew your tie out straight? That's kind of like what I was thinking. So, yeah, so then I got the tarp back, took it apart again, redid the tie outs, did some different cutting and trimming again, and sent it back to him. And at this point, this is probably 3 or 4 times we shipped it back and forth. It was getting really close to what we have right now. And then, so one last time he said, let's try this, this, and this. So that's what I did. I came back and I said, I'm not going to do it to this tarp. I said, I'm going to make you a brand new tarp. And I said, and that's going to be the tarp. So again, I have 50 sheets of paper with all numbers and drawing, angles, and crazy. So yeah, so that was it. And I sewed up that was what, maybe about Christmas. I think he had it for Christmas. He did. He had it for Christmas. So it was maybe a week before Christmas. The final, I don't want to say prototype, the first production tarp
Okay.
sent out to Frozen. And I said, listen, let's do this all together. Let's do a big launch together. I said, I'll wait till you do your video.
Yeah.
I said, do it all at once. I said, we'll kind of pump it up, and the whole time I'm thinking, yeah, we'll probably get, maybe 5 or 6 tarp sales, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, so we launched the first of the year at 3 o'clock right after his video.
Yeah.
And I was here at the shop, and yeah, it was like order.
Wow,
order.
that quick?
Yeah, immediately. And my wife was here too, and I just looked at her. I said, "Holy crap!" You know what I mean?
Start
And I put
sewing tarps, hun.
yeah. So I put, and I had a 2-week lead time. I was like, I'm gonna get 5 tarp orders off that. Gives me 2 weeks, no problem. So I was like, starting to kind of panic a little bit. Yeah, so we, and I kind of planned it with the packs. So I always have a pack schedule.
Yeah.
And we can dive into that if you want, but we scheduled 10
that
packs a
project
week.
manager in you.
Yeah. You're right. Trust me, I'm a scheduler. Everything is scheduled.
Yeah. Got some Gantt charts.
Yeah. And there's not many people in the cottage industry that are like me. And it's kind of frustrating sometimes. But yeah. So I before the tarp launch, I was doing 15 packs a week to free up my schedule for 2 full weeks off of packs, so I could concentrate on the tarps. So I didn't have any packs to do. Luckily, I would have been in a really, really bad situation if I didn't do that. So yeah, so I went home, came back the second, opened up our computers like we normally do every day. We open the computers, look at the orders, see what came in, and then go from there. And we had 30 tarp orders.
Wow.
Coming in. So it was 12 hours, 15 hours into it. And yeah, we had 30 tarp orders on day one. I was like, holy crap. So yeah, we went to town.
What's the current lead time on the tarps?
Yeah.
Still 2 weeks.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, luckily I didn't have any packs to do for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it took a solid week and a half to knock out those first 30. And now the orders are still coming in. I think we're well over 50 tarps sold right now in 2 weeks.
That's so awesome. And
it's really cool.
Yeah.
It's really cool. And we did our first shipment. I shipped a couple early to a couple friends. I just, knocked them out, sent them out. And then we shipped 28 tarps on Monday. I think it was this week. Yeah, Monday of this week. So now they're finally starting to hit everybody, and so hopefully I'll start getting some feedbacks from people other than my couple friends and Frozen and myself.
Well, yeah, I mean we were talking about this a little bit ago, but I think if you had to collaborate with somebody to get feedback on
he's a good one.
Nitpickiness of a hammock tarp.
He's a good one.
Frozen is an excellent person to do that with, and he's very skilled and knowledgeable about what he likes in a tarp. And I think a good takeaway for everybody watching is just listening to the thought and the prototyping and the ideas and the time that you take to make sure that you're putting out a really solid product that a lot of people will like. Yes. So that's awesome.
It's a solid product, and if you look at our tarps, I don't want to say ours is better because I never do that to the other people in the industry. But if you look at our tarps, everything is perfectly symmetrical. The doors line up; they overlap perfectly.
That's awesome.
The lines are perfectly square around the bottom. I mean, that's all kind of the OCD in me. I like everything symmetrical. No matter what I do in the packs or when I'm sewing anything, everything is really, really symmetrical. And I really, really think we really nailed the design of this tarp. It's different enough that it's noticeable. You know,
Yeah.
it's of course when you look at it, and we had tons of messages on Facebook. Oh, it's just it looks like any other tarp. You're right, it does. It does look like any other tarp, but the little details that Frozen pulls out of his head
Yeah.
that we did in this tarp really make it, you know, different. It really is different. It's
Yeah.
different.
I mean, you could have just started cutting like, you know, rectangular tarps and thrown them out there and
Sure.
like doing what, you know, your standard 12-foot, 11-foot tarp. But I really respect the fact that you went big and you went after something that a lot of people will like, and that it's like almost perfected. So
Yeah. Really cool. And it's fun to sew something that big because they're
It's
huge.
big,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Laying on our tables and out. I'll show you guys. I built a table specifically for the tarps.
Oh, really?
Well, is the template. So I just roll out.
Oh, that's
email
cool.
on the
You just put it on the table.
Cutting surface.
That's
Got all
smart.
the lines.
That's
I had it
process efficiency.
set up with a laser. Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome.
What is there anything you care to share about what might be next in the hopper?
yeah, is there any cool thing that you're trying to like perfect or design? I know you probably have some secrets, and don't reveal any
Tons
secrets.
of secrets.
Yeah.
No, not really. I dabbled in the shelters
Yeah.
a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys have seen them. Bryce had it for a little
Right,
while.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. It's double wall.
That's
It's
cool.
single trekking pole. You can set it up, you know, just as a tarp. You can set it up just as a net tent. So it's pretty cool. But it's not. I have to be in love with something.
Right.
Yeah.
To put my name on it. And if I don't like it, I'm not going to do it. So, and it's a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, these tarps have just consumed us.
Right.
So everything is on the back burner right now. I had a bunch of people ask me, "Hey, winter shelter's coming." They're not right now. Maybe in a couple years.
Yeah.
Maybe in a couple years. And you want to talk about prototyping? I mean, that would be something
Yeah.
that I have to put on, you know, some through hikes.
For sure.
Yeah.
We'll through hike with it. You know what I mean? That's, you know, especially with the, you know, the amount of tarp sales we did. I would hate to have a tent do the same thing and then it'd be awful. You know what I mean? So,
we would be remiss if we didn't mention the massive gear trend of 2019, which is the fanny pack race.
Right. We just glossed over it. We didn't even gloss over it. We just skipped it.
We just skipped it. It's 2020, but you know, so like you have a lot of unique, in my opinion, designs for the fanny pack, especially how you integrated them into the curve. But like, walk us through like how you like, where did those ideas come from, and how you perfected it and got into it.
The idea came from just seeing the fanny packs taking off.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Taking off. And, you know, it's so funny is my wife, she'll say it every time. Somebody asked me if I was going to make a fanny pack, and I said no.
Joke's on you, Chris.
Well, nothing to do with fanny packs. No, not making a fanny pack. Fast forward, so I came up with So I came up with the idea to attach the fanny pack to the backpack, so essentially it becomes your hip belt.
Yeah.
Right.
Because a lot of these ultralight packs, as you guys are aware, they utilize a 1-inch webbing strap. So I was like, there's no reason you can't integrate a fanny pack into a backpack, you know. So I kind of did a couple prototypes. I think I actually had a prototype down there in Ohio with me at that time. And then when I came back, that's when I redesigned it because I didn't like the original design. And fanny packs from day one, it has really slowed down. The fanny pack trend, I don't want to say it's over.
Yeah.
But it peaked and stayed up there for a long time.
Yeah, that's funny.
We were doing 30 to 40 fanny packs a week.
Wow.
For a solid 7-8 months. Yeah.
Oh my God, dude! For 7 months?
Yeah, so
That's
I would
so
say,
many fanny packs.
yeah, from the day I launched
It's like
them
1,000 fanny packs.
until we've done well over 1,000 fanny packs.
Oh my
Well
god.
over 1,000 fanny packs. So from the day I launched them until about, I guess, June, July of last year is kind of when it slowed down. But until then, yeah, it was nuts. It was nuts. And we still do a ton of them. Not that many, maybe only 20, 25 a week now. But no 40, 50s like we were doing.
Yeah.
It was crazy. We went from, on Sundays, I would do fanny packs to Saturdays and Sundays. And then it was Friday, Saturday, Sundays doing fanny packs, and yeah, so yeah, for a long time we were doing fanny packs. Yeah, 3 days a week was solid, just fanny packs.
Fanny pack day.
How many of those
Crazy.
could you
No,
put out per
this is-
day?
I'm sorry.
How many of those could you produce at a time, like at a day? In a day?
Back then, so when I didn't move into this shop until April 1st of last year. So all winter, um, I was hand cutting everything. So I have a template. I lay it out, trace it, get a count. Like, all right, I need 7 blues, 5 black.
Yeah.
That's my other thing that I tend to do. If I produce something, I put it out there in a lot of colors because, not everybody just wants black.
Right.
So, right. So then all the orders would come in, cut 7 silver, 7 black, 10 grid stop, blue, whatever. And then we would cut all the little wings the little grid stop
Right.
wings on the sides.
Yeah.
The Lycra pocket because
Mm.
Yeah. Gotta have the
I
Lycra
love
pocket.
that pocket.
gotta have the Lycra
I
pocket.
really
It's kind of like
like
our
that
thing.
pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, just one of those things that makes our fanny pack unique is the little pocket on the outside for sure.
Yeah.
I love that pocket.
Yeah.
So
I'll be honest, it doesn't work as well in the XLs. I kind of feel like it droops a little bit.
Oh.
It does. It
The regular
doesn't
Yeah.
bother.
fanny-
It's not
it
bothersome
it
though.
doesn't.
yeah.
Yeah, on the regular fanny pack, it holds pretty tight.
Yeah.
It works better on the standard fanny pack than it does on the XL.
Yeah. I
XL obviously is your guys' fanny
Right.
pack.
Right.
For sure.
we go big.
We go bigger to home.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna steer away from fanny packs slightly because
Yeah.
we don't have all the time in the world. And there's one thing I really do want to talk to you about, because Andy and I are really into like backpacking technology, material science, that kind
Yeah.
of stuff.
Sure, me too.
Like, what do you think is the biggest thing that's gonna happen in the next 5 to 10 years?
Yeah,
or
where's
15 years?
What's trending right
in
now?
terms of backpacking technology, ultralight technology? And there's literally, in my mind, there's no better person to ask than you as someone who
Sure.
like lives it.
Sure.
Like, is it lighter Dyneema? Is it stronger Dyneema? Is it Dyneema in general? Is it something else?
It's got to be something else. It's like anything, trending. You know what I mean? I don't want to say Dyneema is trending, but I mean I guess it kind of is. You know what I mean? And DSM, the maker of Dyneema, they're branching out so much now. Like, you're gonna start seeing Dyneema, not fabric, but Dyneema, the thread or the property, the Dyneema, in so much stuff. I mean, we're seeing it in fishing line,
Okay.
in jeans.
Yeah.
I follow
it's
Dyneema
gonna be
Project on
everywhere.
Instagram.
Yeah.
They're doing like weird stuff with it.
Yeah, they do some like coats and
Sure.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. The craziest thing I saw is like rigging chains. Like, they're making Dyneema synthetic, chains for picking up, huge concrete blocks with cranes.
Wow.
Interesting.
The chain weighs like, I don't know how much it weighs, but 50 pounds compared
Yeah.
to 1,000
Yeah.
pounds.
Yeah.
Of chain. It's pretty cool. Cut resistant gloves. I think we're gonna start seeing a bunch of woven Dyneema fabrics.
That's
I
so
know
cool.
Bob has some right now.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool stuff. So, but yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know what is gonna be next.
Yeah. I was thinking like maybe they're like eventually something similar properties of Dyneema, just cheaper. or something.
Sure.
Or Dyneema itself gets cheaper.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a big barrier right now.
It is, of course it is, and I think that's why not many people mess with it is
Yeah.
because of how expensive it is. It's man-made. All those fibers
I didn't
are
know that.
laid by hand.
Oh, that's why it's so freaking expensive.
That's why it's so expensive.
I didn't know that.
Ridiculous. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, we need some machine automation in there.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I did not know it was man-made effectively.
Right here in the United States.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's wild.
Yeah.
That makes sense then.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why if you ever look at it, it's not perfect.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
The thin stuff like the 0.51 or the 1 ounce, if you look at it, it's not perfect. It's not symmetrical. It's
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Do you want to do some shop touring?
Sure.
I would love to see.
So
the shop.
before we get into that, because once that'll be kind of the end of this podcast, I do want to officially thank you
Yes.
for talking to us, Chris.
Yeah,
Of course,
absolutely.
of course.
This is so
In
much
fact,
fun.
I hate the fact that I try and limit these to an hour ish because we
Yeah.
could go way longer.
Well,
and
we'll do a part 2.
we'll do a part 2 with you.
Sure.
If people listening have not checked out LiteAF, please,
Yes.
we'll throw a link in the comments.
Get a tarp, get a curve, get a bear bag, get some zippered pouches.
Check out LiteAF. I'll link them now. Andy and I have done several videos on Chris's stuff. We couldn't be bigger fans of Chris, and as you can see from us talking to him, he's a really good dude.
Yes.
And he makes high quality stuff.
I mean, listen to the amount of time and energy you
I
spend designing this
I didn't
stuff.
realize how anal you were about stuff. That's awesome.
Sure.
But thank you so much for talking to us,
Yeah.
and let's flip over to the shop tour.
Yeah.
Tour away, buddy.
Oh.
Nice.
A customer, good friend, John, made that for me.
That's pretty sweet.
I know, it's super cool.
Why hike heavy? Oh.
I better see some people toiling away on fanny packs.
Yeah, exactly. So this is our reception area, front desk, and then this is the sewing area.
Whoa.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
This is the sewing side of the shop. This sewing machine is used by my son, who works here full time and goes to college full time.
Nice. Good for him.
Yeah, he makes all the bear bags,
Bear
stuff
bag
sacks,
guy.
kitty bags, zip pouches, everything. That's
I like the monster TV he's got up there to watch.
for keeping up with all you YouTubers.
Yeah.
Do you have
so that's my son's area, and then this is one of our other employees' area. He makes all the fanny packs.
That's fanny pack guys, Dad.
fanny pack guy?
Yep. Hip belt pockets, fanny packs, and he's slowly transitioning into helping me with the packs.
Nice.
so-
He's getting upgraded.
Yeah, so I'm training him or teaching him how to make all the little components, like stuff like this. Like these are the little side that ties to your.
Oh yeah, I
shoulder.
recognize that. Yeah.
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 So starting off with little things like that to just stockpile stuff. So
Yeah.
that's kind of what he does right now, is helping me. And then these 2 sewing machines are specifically for backpacks.
Okay.
This is a needle feed machine. So the needle and the feed dog kind of work together and pull the material through. Then this is the first machine I bought. This is a big, giant. This is a walking foot machine. So I use this for sewing super thick material, like the shoulder straps.
Okay. Those things are
I
beefy.
mean, it'll sew through anything. If you put your hand in front of it, it'll sew right through your hand.
Can I ask you a random question? Like, how much does one of those Jukies go for?
Sure. So the walking foot is right around 1,700. The needle feed is around 5,000.
Ooh.
Those 2 are right around 2,000 a piece.
Oh my God, you got like almost 10 G's in just sewing machines.
Oh yeah, and then that one right there is. So this is a bar tack. I had this custom made for us.
Oh my
Oh.
God.
Is that'll do like, that's called an Xbox stitch.
I recognize that stitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a bar tack. So if you look at your seat belt in your car,
Yeah.
this is the machine that puts that stitch in the seat belt to keep you in your car.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had this custom made. This is I don't know how much it was, maybe 8,000, something like that. Yeah, it's crazy. Sewing machines are crazy.
That fanny pack craze of 19
Yeah,
funded that.
funded a lot
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Then we just have racks of Dyneema. This is all the printed Dyneema that we use.
Oh, yeah.
Licensed
yeah, that's sweet. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the this is all printed red. Some purple, some pink. All kinds of crazy stuff. Here's just your regular blacks, whites, grays, all the standard Dyneema colors that it comes in.
Cool.
Yeah, this is cool.
Bear bag blue, bear bag green. And then here's all of our components and pieces and zippers and little plastic pieces. Everything's labeled. And okay, so now I don't cut anything by hand. Everything is laser cut for us.
I've seen on Instagram you posting some videos of things.
Yeah.
So I took all my templates that I had, converted them into a CAD file.
Oh, nice.
To convert that into a DFX or whatever it is file. And then Ripstop by the Roll, Kyle and Carter, the fine gentlemen over there, laser cut everything for me.
Wow.
So, yeah, shoulder straps. These are all standard shoulder straps, long shoulder straps.
Oh, this is so cool.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Grid stop. Oh, sorry, my finger's in the way. Grid stop, all that. Those are all shoulder strap. Side pockets. And then all the like fanny pack parts, everything. Black Dyneema side pockets. Yeah,
that's sweet.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All the Lycra. For everything, every single thing is laser cut for us now from Ripstop, except for the body of the pack. So I physically roll out the Dyneema on the cutting table and just cut 3 parts for the pack of the body.
Okay.
Yeah.
But everything else is laser cut for us. Just like here's all of our fanny packs. They're all laser cut and ready to go. They all have their pockets on them, zippers on them, labels on them. So when we get an order, put it together, and if it's detachable, put the detachable on there, or if it's a regular, just sew the strap on there. Yeah. So in the process of making bear bags, that's every single day. They work on bear bags every day. So that's my son's area there and there, and he handles all that. And then here's the color map.
That's so cool.
Yeah, that's Ripstop by the Roll Outdoor Ink. That's his company as well. He does all the printing for us. And that's the color map. Like we could print any one of these colors to make a pack.
That's sweet.
Wow.
Yeah. I thought about somehow trying to figure that out to offer it, but it's just too much.
Yeah, that's
it really is.
That's overwhelming.
And then, if someone chooses, that Pantone, and it comes out to be that color, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
So maybe one day we'll figure out how to do it, but right now it's just we're not there.
Yeah.
That's so
But
cool.
yeah, that's printed on Dyneema so that we have a true color.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Dyneema. Yeah, right there.
That's so cool.
And then out here is the shop.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Wait,
oh my God.
There's more?
Is that the tarp table?
Tarp table, yeah.
That's awesome.
So this is where a lot of stuff happens. This is our shipping area. My wife handles all of the shipping. She handles all of the important stuff, payroll.
Yeah.
Make sure everybody gets paid. Shipping.
She's like the HR manager.
Yeah.
Yeah, she handles a ton of stuff. So, and she also does all the QCing of all the packs.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
Before
Cool.
they leave, she goes over to make sure there's not a single thread out of place, a single, everything is sewn. Make sure I built the pack to the way it was ordered. So, yeah, so here's just a couple packs that are getting ready to head out. They'll be shipped out tomorrow. All framed packs.
Wow.
Yeah, the framed packs are starting to overtake the frameless packs.
Interesting.
That's nice. Is that craze
Yeah.
passing now?
Yeah, it's crazy. So this is the tarp table.
Got one on it.
Yeah, it does. It's 16 feet long. The cutting surface is I won't show you everything, but we had it laser etched. So the top of the table is physically the tarp template.
That's so smart.
That's a great idea.
When someone orders it, whether it's an 11-foot, a 12-foot, with doors, without doors, this table is physically the template. We just roll out the Dyneema, throw some straight edges on it, cut it, bond it.
Sweet.
We're bonding our seams. So just like that. There's no sewing in the ridge line. It's all bonded, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
Very cool.
Yeah. Yep.
No need to seam seal.
Sure. Oh, here you go. Here's all the. This is our little break area slash the quilt corner.
I was gonna say, when are you gonna start making quilts?
No. I want nothing to do with quilts. Sorry.
That's awesome.
So,
Little break room.
Yeah.
Dude, you got quite the shop.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's not small.
It is. We've been here since April. So we went from 160 square feet to right at, I think this is 2,800 square feet, something like that. I think the sewing area is 800 square feet, and then this is like 2,000 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so here's all the prototype backpacks.
Oh, cool.
Should we be blurring this out? These are past.
So this is it. This is the first pack ever made.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah. And like I was saying, it's terrible. Yeah, it's X packs.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
Sewed the strap to it.
That's awesome. You still have it,
Yeah.
though.
Velcro closure, roll top.
That's
Yeah,
so
it's pretty
cool.
Yeah,
That's
that is
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah, and then these are all prototype packs that we test and try and send out to have other people try for us, because obviously I can't hike as much. So
Too busy
yeah,
making
so
stuff.
These
Yeah.
are all prototypes. Printed prototypes, colors, blues, blacks, everything you could ever think of.
That's awesome.
Yeah, all the packs. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so this is where we make the simple stick, the little PCT simple stick that we make, and this is where we cut and sand all the frames for the packs.
Oh.
Right here.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then tons and tons of buckles and zippers and string and rope. And this is the machine you probably see on Instagram.
Yeah.
Everybody loves. I get more comments on this machine than any other thing that I post on Instagram right here. People love it. Yeah, so that's that. And that's the first sewing machine I ever bought right there.
Oh, that's cool.
The singer.
You've come a long way. The new ones look way more expensive.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's all the lights for photos.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you see a pack photo,
Say, I recognize that wall.
Yeah.
there, that's the wall. That's the table. Yeah. So, yeah, that's about it.
That's awesome,
Yeah,
man. Thanks so much for
yeah.
giving us a behind the
Sure.
scenes.
Yeah,
Sure,
that's
sure.
really
That's sweet.
Yeah, here's all the shock cord for the doors of the tarps.
Okay.
Oh, so it's yeah.
Ridge lines, the loop alien ridge
Oh,
lines.
okay.
Yeah. You guys haven't checked out those, you really need to.
I know.
I think
know.
Loop Alien is releasing these to the public next week.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, you
It's
can
like a
purchase it
Ridgeline.
through them.
It's like a Ridgeline kit or something.
Yeah, continuous ridge line
Okay.
comes with everything.
That's
It's,
cool.
it's awesome. It's very cool.
That's sweet.
Yeah, so that's the shop.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, there's that shirt. There's that freaking shirt I will keep harassing you to send me one of.
You know, what's funny is our neighbor right next door. If you walk out this door and directly into his, that's what he does. He does shirts.
Oh, that's how you got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I keep meaning to go over there and get some shirts made because we really do need to.
I want one. I'll buy it.
Yeah.
I'll wear it in some marathons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, man.
Yep.
Flip that camera around so we can see you for the sign off. All right,
Yep.
dude. This was awesome.
Yeah, Chris. Thanks a lot,
Thanks
man.
so much, sir.
Yeah.
Once again, check out LiteAF. Check out everything he makes. It's super high quality, and hopefully this gives you, a good behind the scenes of the man and the shop.
It's
and
so
everything.
cool to see like the
Yeah,
cottage
it's awesome.
companies and like and the behind the scenes. And
So thanks again for talking to us, and we will see everybody on the next Backcountry BSing.
Yep.
And cut. All right, dude. That was fun, man.
Yeah.
That was super
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah,
We're going to have to do another one. There's still a lot more shit I want
I
to
got
talk
a
to you about.
lot more questions.
Yeah,
Wait, when are you backpacking next? I want to get into that too.
So our busy season is from like October until like